As beautiful as the original Unravel was, there was a lingering melancholic sadness for an old woman's ageing life and loss that you just couldn't shake after the credits had rolled. But for Unravel 2, developer Coldwood Interactive is doing things a bit differently, especially when it comes to tone and subject matter. The game still opens with our favourite little ball of wool, Yarny, but this time he's on a little boat out at sea in the middle of a storm. He's tossed into the dark waves and there's a snap. No, it's not my heart breaking with the sadness of it all, it's the sound of Yarny's woolen tether snapping, freeing him from his bond with the land that he's left behind, and, in a way, the first game too. He winds up on another unknown land, untethered and very alone. It's already all starting to feel a little bit too much like the original game, but then it changes. There's another Yarny. The pair tie their chords together and suddenly the entire tone shifts. Whereas the original game was an exploration of loss, ageing and various fears, this is a game about friendship and forging new bonds. That's because, in quite a surprise turn, Unravel 2 is a co-op title, where you and a friend take control of a little Yarny creature each, joined together by a woolen thread. Well, either that or you can do it all in single player, hitting a button to switch between the two characters, but also occasionally intertwining them into one being that carries the other to let you run through passages quickly. But the shift to two characters is one that totally changes the dynamic of the puzzle mechanics. The first game revolved around physical puzzles, mainly using the idea that you could build wooden bridges to push objects around a level, but although that mechanic is still a part of Unravel 2, it's just one tiny fragment of the puzzle solving this time around. There are many more logic than physics puzzles, although Yarny's moveset now includes wall jumping, climbing, using the two characters as pendulum swings to reach new areas, and heck, there's even a part where you can ride a skateboard on a half pipe, which is basically the cutest version of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater I've ever seen. That's the kind of thing that personifies Unravel 2's marked shift in tone though, to one that's much more playful than the original. A quick nudge on the D-pad makes Yarny pull off some seriously Sackboy-esque emotes, but about 100 times more adorable. Yarny and his new pal even go into what Coldwood deems an elated state if you pull off a great wall swing or complete a puzzle, doing 360-degree flips every time they jump for a short time, doing tiny little fist pumps, or even attempting the clumsiest high five two little woolen creatures can muster. It's full of little moments of joy that are so blink and you'll miss it fast that you'll appreciate them even more when you do spot them. Oh, and did I mention you can make your own Yarny? The little guy may be a cutesy little red ball of wool, but it seems having a red guy on a mossy green background is an absolute nightmare for those with colour blindness. Well, from the start you can now choose what colour you want your pair of Yarnies to be, and as you progress through the game you'll unlock further customisation options for new eyes, head shapes and body styles. Most of these are locked behind the new challenge modes available in the game, which unlock with each of the main story missions in your central hub, housed in a lighthouse that you'll slowly restore and fill with life. Of course, the new focus on playfulness isn't about just making a pink Yarny or watching them flail a high five. Fall damage is now gone too, as is Yarny's near instant drowning the moment he hits an inch of water. It's much more forgiving in terms of the gameplay, making the entire experience feel less like Limbo and more like Little Big Planet, but much, much prettier. Like the previous game, Unravel 2 is set in the real world, with the environments you explore based on the adventures the development team had in their own childhoods. Think clambering over rooftops, heading down the local park, discovering a hidden den in an abandoned house, or even messing around on an unmanned building site. All the things that you're not meant to do as children, but you still absolutely do anyway. Sorry, Mum. There's still a background story too, alongside Yarny's own discoveries about his purpose and friendship. According to Coldwood's creative director Martin Salin, the two children are being chased by their own bad mood, but it could definitely be read as something with much more malice than a simple case of the Monday blues. But aside from some slightly disturbing story imagery, this is definitely a much more positive game full of cute quirks, but also touches of the brilliance that could easily make it one of the best co-op games yet. It simultaneously channels Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons and Little Big Planet in terms of tone, but without losing any of that Nordic charm and the photorealism that made the original so great. And thankfully you don't even have to wait to check out exactly what I mean, because you can download and play it right now on PS4, Xbox One and PC. So that's our preview of Unravel 2, a brand new game from EA. Let us know what you think in the comments below, hit the button on the left for more content from us, and don't forget to hit that big button in the middle for more news, reviews, previews and more from us here at Games Radar Plus.